Good afternoon, everybody. I just had to go to Walmart and get my prescription for my shampoo and the medicine that I'm using on my scalp. And actually I rode over and looked at some property, and now I'm headed back towards the house, I think, unless I think of something I need to do between here or there. I've been wanting to go walk at the trail or at the park, but y'all, it's been so windy. The wind's not bad today, and in the last hour it's went from 63 degrees to 77 degrees since I've been out doing stuff. I know one thing I need to do before I go home, and that's go get some push-a-lean, as my friend Calvin says. This old car ain't gonna go much further without that. Look at that wisteria right there on the right. I used to have one just about that size in a house years and years ago. Probably before my son was born, actually, now I'm thinking about it. And it was my first wisteria. It was at a little rent house when I first got married, and I was so proud of that wisteria. I just thought I was a smarty pants because it was so beautiful. A friend of mine used to live right there on the right. Back in the day. Y'all, that El Ranchero, that's where I go eat those tacos I like. I take y'all there with me every once in a while. They have street tacos, and man, that is the most flavorful, tender meat. Now see, I'll eat that beef, but I don't want to cook it at the house. If I had somebody to cook for me, I'd probably eat more, because I cannot deal with the smell of meat anymore. I don't know what. I talked to the doctor about all that weird stuff that's happening to me. I don't know, y'all. I didn't know taking your gallbladder out could affect so many things in your body. But it's like really done some weird stuff to me. But I've been thinking all morning about stuff I'm fixing to start doing, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to make myself and try to get some of this corrected. I've been doing good, but you know, there's always room for improvement. Always. There's always something you can change. And I'm just being lazy. I don't know any other way to put it. Although, I mean, I ain't a couch potato by no means. But these things require a little bit more energy. I don't sit around all day by no means. Y'all that know me know that. I'm constantly moving. I was showing the doctor back on my calendar the steps. She said, "Oh, you got that down. We ain't worried about it." She said, "Well, you need to walk more." And I'm like, "Let me show you my app." And you can click on the day and it'll show you the exact steps that I make. Some of them was over 10,000 steps. And that's just monitoring when I have the phone on me. I don't have the phone on me all day long. That's what I told her. I said, some of these days, I said, once I get 6,000 steps or so in, and it's registered that I've done over 5,000, I said, I put that phone down if I don't have a pocket. And a lot lot of days I don't have a pocket because of the pants or the shorts I wear to be comfortable around the house. Don't have a pocket, and I don't want to tote it in my pocket when I'm doing things outside. It annoys me. So I bought one of those things where you can put it on your arm, and I don't like that. It makes my arm hot. Gets sweaty underneath it. They need to make, and they might make one. I haven't like really looked for one, but all that I've seen is some kind of plastic. But they need to make one cloth, something breathable that you can strap to your arm if you need to. And then I don't like to do that when I walk, because then you end up, even though you got sunscreen on and I walk a lot in the shade, you'll end up with a spot on your arm if you do that too many days, because that's what happens with my shoes. That's why sometimes when I'm sitting on the porch, I'll sit with my feet in the sun, because my feet, top of my feet gets so white compared to my legs. Although I'm not, in direct sun, you're still getting sunlight, But anyway, we're going to go out here and to my favorite push-a-lean station. I should buy stock in this station, in this gas. I've told y'all before, I used to kind of buy gas just anywhere. And I've had 2 different cars. If you did not buy certain gasoline, that car was going to miss and jump. It was like it had trash or something in it. I'm really not sure what it was, because the mechanic could never figure it out. More than one mechanic, I might add. And a friend that has a business out south of town here, I went by one day and just stopped and told him what was going on, and I said, "What do you suggest?" And he said, "Go to Shell." And I said, "Well, okay, I'll go to Shell." Well, Shell was out of my way, of course, and they've opened at least 2 that's in my path the last few years. And y'all, I started using Shell gas, and I never had any more trouble with those cars. Or a lawnmower. I used to have a riding lawnmower that I was constantly having to clean or work on. And I thought, well, if that's making my car run, we're going to put that in the lawnmower. And do you know that I never had any more trouble? I ended up selling that lawnmower. I bought a bigger new one. And I had that lawnmower for many, 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 many years. And I sold it for $100 to a guy just to get it. I was making a joke. I said, "Dude, I'll pay you $100 if you'll take that lawnmower out of my yard." I didn't have any place to store it after I bought the other one, and it was just sitting outside. And I was trying to keep the seat covered and all that. And he bought it for $100. And the last time I saw him, he said he was still mowing with that mower. I couldn't believe it. That mower lasted forever. Got it at Sears. I worked on it a lot, but and back then, literally, when I say I worked on it, literally, I worked on it. And when I got the new mower, I kept a warranty on it, and I'm like, I ain't doing that no more. That was getting to be too much, pulling the deck off, and I didn't have any way to lift it at the time. And now they have those handy dandy little things you can buy that just lift the front end right up. We used to put it across a ditch. I drive it across the corner of the culvert in the ditch, and my sister would get down in the ditch and change the lawnmower blades. So, Daddy would have been proud of us. Yep. I had some really nice men that came when I had the Sears warranty. They'd let me go buy my blades, and they'd just put them on when they were there doing other stuff that was in warranty. They were really nice people. All those men came out of Livingston or Houston area up here. There was no local mechanics that worked for Sears. Now Sears has gone out of business, and y'all, they need a left turn lane down this road so bad. Right at this intersection, right? Well, if y'all see where that where that white truck is right there, this little road, there's a road that comes out right here, and there's one right here to the left. Y'all, there has been so many wrecks right there. People coming off this loop, turning to go down in that cul-de-sac to businesses, just rear-ended. They just plow them over. My friend, I want to say it was Suburban. It might have been a Yukon, but I want to say it was a Suburban, some years ago. She had 4 kids, so they needed a big ride, and her husband bought her new one, and I know it killed her soul, because some lady took her out, and then they, fixed it, but like the car was never the same to her. And I understand that, because I bought a couple of new cars and it was hit, and I had a friend, her car got broke into, and they took the door panel off to clean the glass out, but it never stopped rattling, and she was just sick about that car the whole time she had it. So I know it was bad for my friend, because even years ago those vehicles were super expensive. But anyway, we're at my favorite shale. So y'all be blessed. Know you're loved. Jesus loves you more. Thanks for riding along with me. And we'll see y'all in the next video. I'm gonna get up in here and get me filled up for a few weeks. Uh-oh, somebody's alarm's going off. I only put gas in this car about once a month. If I do a lot of extra riding around, I might have to go back and put a little extra. But usually once a month gets it for me. I get between, average in town, maybe 26, 27 miles. And out on the road, it's a lot more than that. This is a Ford Escape.